Yo,
What's poppin', yo?
been a long time.
Since I met you,
No. Good God, Tony.
We are back. Yes.
Shouldn't have left you
Yeah. That's for
without
my
a
time,
dope
see.
beat to step two.
Step two.
Step two.
It's good to be back, man. What's up, Charles? What's going on with you, brother?
Shout out Timbo.
Man, we are back after a long week. What we been up to, man? Since we haven't been streaming.
What have we been up to?
We had a week off.
We had a week off.
Yeah.
We worked on tutorials. We collabed with John Mike.
Yeah.
Gospel multi-tracks, gospel
go.
producers. Really excited about that. To be honest, man, maybe we'll start with a line cut tonight. Like the Lord
Let's go.
dealt with me heavily about last week. I was like really, I mean, you know, Tony, you were with me all week. I like wrestled with frustration for the first like 3 or 4 days because I had a plan of stuff I really wanted to accomplish last week. And the Lord like once again reminded me like to like always bring him into that stuff. Like I'm a intelligent individual. Strategy, analysis, logistics is literally what I do at the church for that reason.
Absolutely.
And it's a gift, and I don't want to say a curse, but like there are pros and cons to being wired that way, and I'll have a tendency to think like, well, Lord, I don't need you in this. You know, like I'm making plans what we're gonna do for Fader Culture. We had a week off of work, staff appreciation week at the church, and we had a week off, like coming out of 4th of July, all last week. And I made a big plan. Okay, Tony, we're gonna get all this stuff done, and we probably got like 40% of it done. Would you say?
45%. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
all bad, but
Yeah.
me, I'm like, man, we didn't even get 80. I'm just like
Yeah.
frustrated throughout the process, but we got done stuff that I didn't intend to do, which was we ate no fast food for the week.
Yep.
We worked out every day
Yeah.
for 45, sometimes 60 minutes.
Yeah. Weights.
Couple
Bikes.
miles on the bike every day. Established some really good habits that have carried over
Structure.
into this week 2
Absolutely.
of me and Tony just trying to get healthy. And like Thursday of last week, I just finally like let go of the list that I had made for the week of what I thought it was supposed to be like,
Wow.
and accepted the fact that like the Lord was making happen everything that he wanted to happen.
Wow.
He wanted us to have the bandwidth and the energy to get help. We did more grocery shopping than we did shooting tutorials.
Yeah. That's a real.
And that felt
Yeah.
like a waste to me in the moment. But the truth is, like, to run the race that he's calling me to run in this season, like bringing my health into alignment, mastering my health the way I've mastered production and music is
that's
something
good.
that's necessary to carry that assignment out to completion. And it was just a big humbling lesson, like even as a pastor, like I can forget to bring God into those activities.
Wow.
I can compartmentalize my life and want to do stuff without him.
Yeah.
Or just I don't see it in the moment as without him. I see it as just like on my own, which doesn't sound good either way I say it, but it's just the truth. And we say it all the time in church settings, but like we're really nothing without him. Whatever our best laid plans, our most thoughtful and meticulous whiteboard sessions and Venn diagrams and iPhone notes and to-do list and Monday.com and Active Collab and whatever bit of organization you think you're accomplishing, which is good stewardship. Just don't, it's not, I'm not saying don't plan, don't do nothing. I'm saying don't do it without him.
Yeah. That's good.
Because you'll mismanage moments. He dealt with me about, I was just praying and asking God, like while I was on the bike last week, like people have told me in the past, and a portion of what I'm saying is like 100% true, right? People have told me like, oh man, you have like an emotional eating problem. Like every time I get stressed out, I eat junk food. And the Lord dealt me about it. He was like, bro, you don't have an emotional eating problem.
Wow.
You have a not including me in your expectations problem. So you don't include me in your expectations. And yes, then the result of that is you get disappointed and you choose this as a coping mechanism.
Wow.
Well, I don't even want to talk to you about coping mechanisms. Let's go back to the original planning session where you didn't include me in what your expectations were. And so we could have avoided the whole disappointment scheme altogether.
Wow.
Let's just nix the whole emotional eating thing out the conversation. And how about you just include me in your planning and include me in your expectations? Why don't you build your hopes and your dreams on stuff I tell you to do and not just crafty ideas you have in your head? Bring that to me. Let me filter it. Let me determine what you should do day to day, moment to moment, from meeting to meeting. I literally do meetings all day for a living.
Yeah.
But just not so many times I'll just exclude him from that. God, I got this one. I'm just signing up. Today I signed 7 contracts for the church.
Wow.
Security, this. We're putting Cat 6 all in the building to wire it up. So I'm putting Dante in almost every room, it seems like. All that, but still just hearing him, wisdom from moment to moment. He's telling me hey man, ask about this, make sure they've checked this, stuff. I got it in writing, but having it in writing isn't the same as heaven having hold of it. Just because it's in a contract doesn't mean
that's
God's
good.
holding it. So just not excluding him from that.
Wow, bro.
Anyway, that's just
I can agree. I feel like the Lord was dealing with me in this transition of that I've been in as far as my role with the church.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at times frustrated because of my comfort level in the convenience of, hey, simple stuff I ain't got to really deal with people. I could be at the crib. Before we were pre-recording services, so I would have to basically everything you would see on a Sunday I would have to make through Final Cut, and it was just convenient. And now getting in this phase of being under a new boss now, running social media for the church, and the expectations that's required for me to do my job and to pursuing excellence, I was getting frustrated. And I feel like this past week, same with you, Matt, I feel like God was like, bro, bring me into these situations, talk to me about it, be honest, don't exclude me from it. And like you said, because of that, because of not bringing God into our everyday situations, we fall short to, attitudes being, released on people in certain moods in your vibe. And I feel like this week, he's really been working with me as far as Lord, I'm praying every day, going through my devotion. Lord, how can I really do the best job that I can every day? And I've seen improvement. Just now I'm starting, I love being at the loft. I love being with those people, growing with them. I love being under the leadership of my boss man, big bro, Dinar. He's amazing, man. So really just embracing my role, embracing the season that God has me in, because even though I may not see the benefit of it, but there's something he wants me to take from the season.
It's on purpose.
That's going to benefit me into my next. So, yeah, man, exactly. Everything he said.
That unlocks contentment in all of your relationships. Marriage, your relationship with food, your relationship with money, your relationship with dumb people. I'd settle that, dumb people.
Yeah, bro.
Accepting, putting yourself in a position to hear accurate communication from God is a thing in and of itself. But when you take that, when you index or value that in your life, I need to be in a position to hear clearly what God wants me to do. There is less resistance and opposition. There's just, Tony and I use this all the time. There's less unforced errors.
Yep.
It's a baseball term for when someone just, there are forced errors. An opponent did something and caused you to make a mistake. In basketball, that's a foul, right? A blocking foul.
Yeah.
Somebody moved, crossed you over, and your body's just going one way versus another, and you impede their path, in a way that violates the rules. Then there's unforced errors. That would be like a turnover.
Yeah.
That would be you dribbling the ball too fancy, or taking an ill-advised shot, or throwing a fancy pass that just goes out of bounds. The
Right.
opponent didn't cause that. It's an unforced error. Like, I think you can, most of what we deal with are unforced errors.
Yeah. It's good.
Most of our opposition in life is unforced errors. And I think clarity and including God in our decisions, but even before the decisions, our hopes, dreams, plans, our whiteboard sessions is the best and most efficient way to avoid unforced errors.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what we're doing tonight, Tony. Tony's got
Yeah,
the
I
show
got you.
organized.
Yeah.
If for all my church musicians, we have switched to like
Planning center.
Planning Center. We actually do the shows in
yeah.
Planning Center now.
Gotta
And
stay
some of
organized.
y'all will find that comical, but it helped us.
Tuck it in, create structure.
Yep, we're cutting the stream. Not cutting, like we're trying to
Tighten up the stream.
tighten up the stream.
Where we can improve at.
There you go. We had some
Yeah.
good critiques and good feedback.
Shout out to Calvin.
Shout out to Calvin. Shout out to Josh. I'm forgetting his last name. Shout out to Daniel Hamilton. Like, guys that have just been giving us good feedback and riding with us each and every week. Shout out to Ben Telford, who have just been who support what we're doing in one of my favorite ways, which is constructive criticism.
Yeah.
So shout out to those guys. The stream will be 2 hours. We're
Yeah.
working on these segments. Tony's not going to blow your eardrums out tonight with all his random sound effects.
Nah. I grew up a little bit since last week. But I think,
Really?
yeah. for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
But last week was, all in all, was great. Matt finished the drum EP we're going to drop. Really excited for
Well, we
it,
finished the production for it. We haven't
Production,
cut
yeah,
any
yeah.
of the drums yet.
which will be,
I wanted to do that last week,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
yeah, that's all
I'm
right.
not disappointed. We're going to do
Yeah,
it.
we're going to get it done. But because of that, the Lord saw fit to drop this blessing in my lap. And I wanted to, since I announced it on socials, SC Electronics. If you know, you know.
Thing is, you don't know. Like, you literally just found out about them the other day. And
No.
asked them for free stuff.
That don't.
What does
smack my
SE
name.
mean?
SE. No.
There you go. So if you don't know, you don't know.
See how you do me on live? It's only. But I'm grateful to be a part of the team. I love these mics. A lot of my drum peers, mentors use these for a lot of their productions, a lot of war shows. A lot of things you hear on TV has been done with these mics, and I'm really excited to be a part of this team. And what you will see throughout this drum EP will be these mics. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much to Tony and Mark at the SC team. Grateful to be a part. So Matt, it's up to you, bro.
Good.
I
So
feel-
cut that clip and use it on social. Now we're gonna tell the truth. Nobody really using SC drum mics. We really finna try to put them joints on the map. Most award shows they're using Shure and Sennheiser 421s on toms and Beta 52s on
Man.
kick. And we are believing God. We're gonna record this drum
man.
EP. And we're not gonna use a bunch of triggers. We're gonna release it with the raw SE drum tones to really see if they're worth their salt. Because they're expensive as jacks now.
Yeah.
But I believe God.
I believe God.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm interested. We bought everybody. Well, yeah, a lot of people. Most of the Elevation mic capsules are made by SE.
SE, yep.
Transformations using them.
We
We're
use 'em.
using them.
Yep.
And they make a
B7.
really good low cost. What is it? ULXD Shure
Capsule.
wireless mic capsule. They make a Beta 87 ish capsule. That actually sounds really good. The low end extension on it is really nice. In other words, you get better low frequency response. It has good noise cancellation. My first mic, I'll tell you all the story one day of how I
See?
acquired it.
Oh no.
My
we found out about that last week.
My
Is that
very
right?
first mic, I didn't steal it. My very first mic is a SC Z5600. It's the first mic I learned to record on. Shout out to SC. Crop
go.
this out the video, Tony. Add punch in right here. Cut that. That
Hold
last
on,
3 minutes
hold
and
on,
then cut right here.
Let me go. All right, so you got Doc. Go
There you
ahead.
go. Boom. My first mic was that SC Z5600.
Let's go.
I did all of my first 6 years of recording on it. The power supply broke. Shout out to SC. They're sending me literally in the mail right now
Yep.
a replacement power supply.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's the only reason God allowed Tony to stay in my house this long was so that eventually he could get this endorsement and I could replace his power supply. And I think think I'm a seed. I've been praying about what to do with it, and I think I know what I'm gonna do with it, but we'll see. We may announce it on the stream. And man, it's a really great mic.
Let's go.
They've released a third edition, I think, since this one, but I love this one. It sounds so good. Great on female vocals. It's a little bright, but it's a great mic.
Let's go.
Tube condenser. Really, really cool mic. Anyway.
Let's go. But
SE is not paying us. They should give us the mics completely for free.
Soon, Matt. Soon. But I think tonight,
Unless they sound bad.
it's not. I have faith. I'm really excited. I have faith. But tonight, we're gonna bounce around different areas. Usually we focus on mixing one night, program one night.
I don't know what we're doing.
But I think we're gonna do both. I have Matt pulling up my session now.
That's what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yep, mix downs, and it's gonna be fake happy. But yeah, I need Matt. Basically, everything you hear from my posts, videos, etc., are all mixes done by Matt. I love everything he does. He always looks out for the kid.
It's just free, bro. Just tell the truth. Shame the devil.
And I'm thanking you for it. You didn't let me finish. See, you just interject, and then I can't ever compliment you because there it goes. We talked about it the other day. I know I'm killing. Anyway, Matt always hits out the park. I love what he does, and it's free. Okay, but but he's pulling up one of my I did.
What is this, bro?
It's Paramore.
I love Haley.
So really excited.
I almost married a redhead.
Man, interesting.
Another time.
Yeah.
Don't make me play pretend.
Shout out to whoever she is. I'm not going to even say her name. She's married with 3 kids.
God.
See, I don't be wanting to edit these on the stream, Tony, because I don't record these. Let me just...
I recorded these. The thing was, Matt was supposed to help me, but he got gooped up that day with helping me, like with the mic setup and stuff like that. So I tried to learn from my previous mistakes that I did when I did my last shoot. But I did better on some areas. I could have worked better on others. But thankfully, Matt will be helping me with the mic placement for the drum EPs. So
it's just so distorted and loud. This snare literally sounds like paper. Oh, that's actually, the bottom snare's not that bad. Really, the top snare's not horrible. This sounds better than the one I did earlier today.
praise the Lord.
This would be killing me. You don't line this junk up.
I do, but it be
No. It's not lined up.
But the thing is that even when I do line it up at the top of the song, by like the end of the song, like the click is already one size ahead or one size
This
behind.
is dumb. You should warp it then. If you're getting crappy MP3s off of YouTube, warp it before you cut to it. 'Cause then you can't trust the click when you're playing along to it, because the click is progressively getting off.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. How do I warp it?
I can't do it now. I can't warp it now because
'cause it's too
you
late.
played to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we could go over that. I don't think. Where did this? Hold on. What is this?
So that's the track. That's the live track I
I'm
did when I
out of
recorded
there.
that.
I'm out of there. And then you came back and lined it up.
Yeah, with the click. With that, I program and.
Let me not delete that. We may need that later, I guess. I don't know.
That's how I try to line up the click in the tracks too, so that way I can use the stereo track. And that's the click I used in the Studio One session.
Why did you print it?
No, I'm saying that's what I made, like a separate session of just stems and click, like all gridded out in Studio One. That's the session I pulled the click in. Clicking on the track from.
stream shut down. My God. All right with these nuts.
Trying to be as versatile as I can.
So I've been doing a good job
I actually really like this album.
of making them think I'm quite alright. But I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stuck.
I kind of want to edit this in Logic just because I've been trying to shed, like, just been trying to shed in Logic, like, heavy. This will take a little longer, but it'll be a good. I'm actually, like, low-key going to, like, read in a manual on it because I've never.
Actually studied Logic.
No,
Or just
not
went through
not
it.
actually study, but, like,
Go through the
I've never
mechanics.
edited drums in Logic.
Ah, okay.
It's really this is simple to do in Studio One. I keep hearing it's easier to do. See, I've been studying for these tutorials that I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna just like I want to look at one thing. I watched the tutorial.
What's up, Jordan? Good to see you, bro. Ain't it fun next? Nah. Every drummer has done that cover. I'm out of there on that.
See, I don't want quantized drums with flex time. See, I don't want to use. I don't want to use it that way. Everybody teaches this wrong to me.
Really?
To me,
Hey everyone, this is Music Tech Help Guy. Today I want to show
Shout
you
out to
how I
Music Tech
use
Guy. We
flex
just
time
get free
to quantize and
I
time
don't care,
correct the
man.
group of multi-track
Just
drum
kidding,
recordings.
just kidding.
This is just one topic that's covered in my Logic Pro 10 302 course over at MacProVideo.com.
well, let's see if he did it right. Just
What I did was I had the drummer in the live room, and then I had the guitar player, bassist, and singer in the control room. The only thing that we planned on keeping from this recording was the
He's a
drums.
7B on the snare?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he did. I don't know why.
And singer in the control room. The
You
only thing
can use. I mean,
in the studio.
You could,
Basically, what I did was I had the drummer in the live
we
room,
could.
and then
The PD. I would use the PD70. I would buy 8 of them things, and they probably sound better than them SEs. I guarantee it.
So this isn't a knock on the drummer or anything. This is pretty typical. The
Just
drummer
don't
is
send
used to
that part to
playing
them.
with the band live, not used to playing to a click in the studio. There are some really, really good drummers out drums. So I'm gonna open up my mixer. I'm gonna drag over all of these drum tracks, and I'm gonna go to this group tab assignment. Click on that and assign this to group 1.
Cool.
Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. You can right click on it and say open group settings. It'll open it up in its own little window here. Or what you can do is you can view this. We close this out. We can view this in the groups panel here.
If you're not
in the
watching
inspector.
YouTube
So I'm not
videos
gonna
on
do it that way. I'm gonna right-click
2X, you're
and
missing
view it in
out.
its own window to find it a little bit easier to look at. And what you can do is you can name the group first. So I'll just call this drums. If we created a second group for maybe another group of
Hurry
be able
up,
to
bro.
control the volume levels
Yeah,
independently.
let us know
but I
if
want
you
to be
guys
able to
wanna-
edit these and keep everything
in the
phase
comment
locked.
section,
So there's
actually,
the quantized locked
You
parameter
want
selected.
Matt to
The
mix
green
in
Q button
Logic
is the Q
or
reference
Studio
button.
One?
Typically what you do is you turn the Q reference
Let us
button
know
on
right
for
now. You
locked
got
in our
2
older
minutes.
versions of Logic. Let's address one thing
You got
before
2
we turn on
minutes.
flex time.
Wait a minute.
This green Q button shows that after you create a group and you create still want to be able to control
Logic
the
or
volume levels
Studio One?
independently, but I want to be able to
Let us
edit
know,
these
let us know,
and keep
let us
everything
know.
phase locked. So there's 2
Comment.
options here you want to make sure you select: editing and quantize locked. They
What's
used to be
up,
called
man?
phase locked in our older versions of Logic. Let's address one thing before we turn on flex time. This
Let's
green Q
address
button shows up
one
after you create a group, and you create a group with the quantized locked parameter selected. The green Q button is the Q reference button. Typically what you do is you turn the Q reference button on for drums in the mix that have the most control over the groove or most emphasis on the groove. And these tracks that you select are also the tracks that the other tracks view as a groove reference or a quantization reference.
Studio
So for me,
One.
I typically keep this
I've
on the kick
never
in,
seen
snare tom,
anybody-
and the tom tracks, and then I turn it off on the others. Because if you turn this on for all of them, basically it means that Logic will think that
People
for
are
example,
saying
your kick
Studio
mic and your
One,
room
Matt.
mics are both equally
Hold on
important in
one
terms
second.
of
I got you.
establishing the groove and rhythm. Okay, so now that we have our key reference selected for kick, snare, and toms, I'm going to click here to show flex.
I've
and then what I'm going
never
to do is
seen
turn on
anybody
flex
teach
for all
it
of my
that
tracks.
way with that.
Now, since
key
they're all in a group
reference.
together, enabling flex time on just one of the tracks will result in a flex time analysis for all of the tracks. After the flex analysis is done, you'll end up with something that looks like this, and you can see that flex time is enabled on all of the tracks. Now, there's different flex modes that you can choose from depending on the material that you're working with.
Slice,
Now, it's automatically
bro.
selected slicing because slicing doesn't actually stretch or compress the audio.
Thank
which is why it's
you.
so good for drums. Basically, what slicing does is it moves the transients around, and then any gaps that are produced by moving the transients around are filled by borrowing material from before and after the gap.
That's
so we'll
the
stick
way
with
you
slicing
should
for
do
all of
it.
these.
Thank
So
you.
each of these gray lines on the transients is a transient marker from the analysis. If you
Go ahead,
click on this and
like
move it
that.
around, you can change the position of one of the drums. But remember, because we put this in a group, when I let go, everything gets moved along with it. I find it pretty tedious to go through and use one of your snap modes like Division and manually lock every single note to the grid. Now you can do that, but it's just going to take a long time to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use a combination of quantization and manual editing to get the best result. So you can see here we've got some 16th notes because we have a 16th note grid up here, and these notes are locking up, or look like this should lock up with a 16th note grid. Cool. So I'm going to make sure that everything's selected, go up to my region inspector, go to quantize, and then I'm going to choose a 16th note quantization. and you'll see that each of those transient markers automatically moves to its closest intended target. So let's listen to this from the beginning, and let's see if this sounds all right. I have a feeling that we're going to have to go through and do some manual editing as well.
I just
because
didn't know how to
quantization
do
is 100% accurate. It gets us most of the way there, and then we can use manual editing to do the rest of the work. So this kick drum sounds a little out of place. Let's listen to that again. Just sounds a little weird there. And you know what? The problem isn't necessarily the kick drum, because that's right on the grid. The problem is the hi-hat note right before. The hi-hat is a little late. It's either a little late or a little early. Let's go down to the hi-hat track here. Let's create a flex marker there. And yeah, you'll see that the note needs to be moved over significantly. Let's give that a listen now. Perfect. So let's listen to the rest of this and see if we hear anything else that sounds off. Cool. Go back to this.
All right, cool.
Here.
I'm out of there. I actually, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the best tutorial I've ever seen on it. That was the Lord that brought us to that one, because nobody used that
Method.
They all do flex time, but they like stretch and warp the audio, and it adds artifacts into it. I hate that junk. Everybody teaches that wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna do it both. I'm gonna show you the concept of what we just watched in Studio One. It's, in my opinion, it's similar. I'm not even gonna say it's like faster in Studio One. It's a very similar process. We got all the drums here. I'm gonna put them in a group, similar to what he did, not the SPD pad. Okay, I'm gonna put all the drums in a group, assign a bus channel, just so I can hear it out of a bus channel. Cool. I got all the drums here. I can turn the group off and on like that. I'm gonna come here, select the kick track and the snare top track. I'm gonna come here, here to the, what do they call, audio bin section? Yeah, audio bin section. I'm gonna tell it to analyze these. Let's not do that. I'll tell it to analyze these two tracks. This is what it's doing. Boom. So it finds all the transients. I'm gonna examine it. Like the snares got too much bleed in it, so I only want those major hits. I don't even know if those are ghost notes it's picking up or just they are ghost notes. I'm not gonna pick up the ghost notes. I'm gonna pick up the big snare 2 and 4 hits. Make sure there's no crazy triplets. No. Good. Straight groove. Let's check this. Good. Good. Cool. Before we do this, I'm going to save to new folder.
Yep.
Fake happy S1 demo. Standby.
Yep. And by the way, I basically just kind of give y'all guys some context. Before I sent the session to Matt, for him to work his magic, of course, I tried my best to put the session on grid with Click, to where if he wants to quantize it and like basically what we just watched, he's able to do that because it's sessions on grid. I was able to clean the toms for him and kind of just color code his workflow. I kind of have an idea of what he likes to see in his workflow, so just try to mimic that, make sure it's straight to where when it's time to be live. Like now he can just kind of mix and doesn't have to do the ancillary stuff like clean toms, because it could take a minute, especially the way I play sometimes. So, and I see it, ownership, growth. So that is what you're seeing now. So I'll let you take away, Matt. I just want to bring that context.
It's good, Tony. We're going to use the kick and the snare. We have all the drums in a group now. We have analysis on all the transient hits for kick and snare. You see it there. They're all in a group, and we're just going to come here and pick guides. The guides are going to be kick and snare top. And we're going to turn all of these off by just clicking and sliding. I already have this set up to quantize to whatever my grid is set to, which is 16th notes. It's going to slice them, auto fade them where they're sliced and moved and nudged, and you'll see what happens in a second, and it's auto filling. So it's going to cut the entire set of drums according to each of these bend markers, and it's going to quantize the bend markers to the nearest 16th note, which, just like MIDI, will put them perfectly on grid. And then if by separating, for example, this right here from this, if moving this over, because this is late, right, it's going to move this that way to beat 3. And then it's going to separate this also and move it over. But if the distance from here to there is greater, which it is from here to there, there's going to be a gap when you get right here at 91, probably like that much. It's going to auto fill it with material from each side of the cut. I just explained it. Now I'm just going to hit the button and show you what happens. 1, 2, 3, go. That's what it just did. So exactly what I said. It slid this so that it hits right there, and it creates a crossfade so that you can hear a blend on each side before and after the hit. Or before and after the cut, sorry, so that the hit itself stays on beat. It didn't like when I did that, though. Studio One's freaking out. Give it a second. Wheel of Death. Okay, cool. It's a lot for it to process all of those cuts and crossfades at one time. Then we listen to it, we check it before we add triggers, and then if we're satisfied with the quantization, we'll just consolidate this all to one set of audio tracks so that we don't have to deal with all these cuts and fades. So we'll play it down.
So I've been doing a good job of making them think I'm quite alright, but I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stomping on a beat, but no one sees me when I crawl back underneath. Hey, if I smile with my teeth, bet you believe me. If I smile with my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please don't ask me how I've been, but don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. If I go out tonight and dress up my fears, you think I look alright with these mascara tears? See, I wanna draw my lipstick whiter than my mouth, and if the lights are low, they'll never see me frown. Hey, if I smile with my teeth, I bet you believe me. If I smile with my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please don't ask me how I've been, don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. I said that I was doing good and that I'm happy now. Please don't ask me. I said that I was doing good and that I'm happy now.
I love Haley's voice, man.
I should've known when things were going good. That's when I get knocked down. Oh, please just don't ask me how I've been, don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too.
Really? Literally sound like March of Bantoms. Like you playing quads.
Oh.
All right.
All right. But just try to, for the most part, try to play like the record. Keep the same feel of that. I'm regretting having to mix this live.
Why is the floor? You played with the floor tom on the left side?
Yeah, that's on the actual left. I had it on my left.
Good. That's when you should have used the sound effect. Cool. All right, let's get to work.
Gay.
We're gonna make an overhead. Tony be having all the little like stock settings on here.
My bad, man.
Jesus the Christ.
I try to do better. Okay, all right. It's so dumb.
That's what it sounds like. It's what you should have thought
Alright.
when you played it. You should have heard it. All right, so let's try the Yosh triggers on this. I think it's not. May not have been what I initially reached for, but let's see if we can finesse them.
Oh, by the way, just want to give a quick little shout out. Again, thank you to Yash and the folks at Gospel Producers, John Mike. Make sure
I
you
love
check
that
out
episode.
his Drum Warehouse sample pack, man. If you use the code FADER5, Fader with the number 5, 5% off your order. So if you like what you hear tonight, I think Matt may use some Yash triggers.
Yeah, I'm gonna use them tonight.
Yeah. So if you like what you hear, bro, please make sure you check it out. It's on Gospel Producers website. Check them out, man. You won't be sorry. Fader 5, Fader 5.
Got my L3 on there, Tony.
Absolutely. Come on, man.
I didn't mean to pull this up. I meant to pull this up. I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm back and forth. Too many plugins. Too many plugins. That's how many of them I haven't used. I've not used this. Oh, I remember why I don't use this.
Why?
I kind of hate the UI a little bit. And it's got like a all or nothing like compression approach. Just trying stuff tonight. Like I have to like drive the heck out of the input in order to get the threshold. In order to get that little bit of gain reduction right there, they just make me like punish the heck out of it. Oh, I like that. Ooh, can you hear that, Tony?
Yes. Got a little weight on it, cuz.
See what?
And if you guys have any questions on what's Matt's doing, please don't hesitate. Hit us in the comment section. Let us know if you got any questions. I'll be more than happy to ask them and get that information for not only for you but for me. So make sure if you got any questions, comment section up. Run it up.
I hate this compressor a little bit. One thing y'all gonna find out about me, I'll read a manual on you quick.
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Threshold. Okay, hold on. Yes, I know how to use one. What I don't like about the Magnum K, pause, is I don't like I have to drive it so much. See the gain reduction right here?
Yeah.
We weren't get like if I don't drive the input gain,
Oh, it doesn't.
I got the
even
threshold
register.
like jacked.
But it doesn't even register. It looks like.
I have to like crank the ratio to like I would never go 6. I have to like crank this up, crank that to get any response out of the daggum thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then you almost gotta like peak it going in, which that makes me nervous. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to peak it going in. What does FB and FF mean? I don't care if people are watching. Not that I don't care about y'all. I need to know
get your
feedback or
wisdom.
feed forward. Select compression type. This selects whether control signal
Get
used
the
for compression
knowledge.
is taken from input or output of amplification circuit. In FF mode, compression is more aggressive. You could have just said that from the beginning. Taken from the input or output of wait a minute. I like this now. Let that be a lesson to you. Some of the stuff in your life you think you don't like, it's just you not using it properly.
On a beat.
Probably like your faith.
I just got a quicken. Oh my god.
Why, man? I just don't want to push everything that. I mean, this thing.
Picking up the cymbals. Oh, that's the overheads. My bad. Woo, that is so funny. I thought you were solo. Man. What's up, Daniel Hamilton? What's up, bro?
I'm gonna go back home.
Yeah, amen.
I'm getting ready to do a review on this.
Yes, as much as you've been using it too. And again, make sure if you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you redirect to YouTube. Better quality, you'll be able to really hear what's going on, the changes Matt's doing. It's just because of Facebook right now. We're speaking into existence that it will allow us to stream in 1080 as we get our numbers
Well,
up.
slight plug.
Yeah.
The only reason we stream in 720 on Facebook is because we don't have 200. What are the criteria for us to become like officially
I think it's-
endorsed Facebook content creators?
Yeah, I think it's 200 followers. I think Reggie's the.
so evangelize the
Yeah.
stream, share it with a friend.
But when you watch it though,
and
Go
then
ahead.
get out of there on Facebook.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
share it,
yeah.
get people to follow the
Yeah,
page,
yeah.
please, and then get out of there. Go to YouTube because right now, in the meantime, in between time, it sounds way better on YouTube.
Facts. That what's that? Fresh Air. Who's that by? Slate.
Yep.
Hey, absolutely. You know what Daniel said, Matt? He said he's speaking into existence that Plug-in Alliance endorsement.
Come on, plug in a
Hey,
line.
hey, listen. Hey. Man, I wish y'all could see Ronald right now. That boy is cold. He got the look at the he got the jumps tied around his head. I'm not sure if he's trying to rob us or he's cold. He's cold.
Ron just vibing, man. Ron just vibing. What you running along, man?
Shouts to my boy Ron. The boy mobile now, cuz. Can't tell him nothing. Whipping, ripping, and running. What? Matt was like, oh, I forgot Ron has a car. Let's go, man. How about she? Be what you need. Oh! Sorry. Just, what's in you gotta come out. What's in you, it's just gotta come out. It's not about Shia. Whew. Oh, man. That's right, Charles. You gotta second that. Second your blessing, amen. What's dripping on me is going to drip on you. Oh,
Pause.
we talk.
Just you be doing too much. Just like I can't let that go. My God.
Oh my God. God, man, God bless it.
Who would I be if I just let you roam through the streets?
My bad. I was trying to use a similar analogy that Pastor David Fink brought on the word tonight. Oh my God. Yo.
Reggie is the greatest.
Oh, knowing him, that's definitely screen grab for sure. Oh no, yeah, he texted us what he couldn't say. What he couldn't say on the street. I was trying to, man, if you were there for Pastor Fink's message the other day, if not, please check out our Forest City page as I am currently running. I'm just kidding, but no, it was a really good word from Pastor David Fink. Really good word. I mean, blazed. So that's where I try to get this analogy from, but obviously Saints ain't praying, so they thinking the wrong things. Amen.
It ain't about prayer. It ain't got nothing to do with prayer.
Oh man. Oh, I love Reggie, man.
Let's try to find a chilling, man. Reggie be chilling. You about to skip town on us.
like the thief in the night. Shadalabashaya. With the quickening and the unction. And what in the smurf am I saying? I wish I think before I say stuff like that.
Yes, that's the first step, Tony. That's the first step.
Denied.
Oh, man.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Let me know when you're in a good place, Matt, because I'm ready to start this next segment. Got some things popping on in the sports world that we got to address right quick. Let me know when you're in a good place, Doc.
Yeah, just give me a second. I don't.
No rush. No rush. No rush. Remember that challenge? No rush. Don't thump. Everybody was just living their best life in the pandemic. Hallelujah. And for those that's watching that not sure what's going on, Matt's basically
Picking triggers right
yeah,
now, man.
Yeah, he duplicated the snare, my top snare. He usually duplicates it and makes that a separate channel to trigger the snare. And what he accomplishes is he'll add a snare sound, right? And then he'll blend my actual snare that I played that day to kind of give a nice blend with each other, and it doesn't sound like opposites. So that's what he's doing. He's got the slate, trigger, and a couple of his favorite sounds. I think he's blending some Yashin. I didn't actually see the sound he used, but yeah, that's what he's accomplishing with that. Just kind of going one by one, each channel, finding the right triggers that fit into the style that I'm playing. So hope that helped. And then of course, add lacing each track up with the EQ plug, one of his favorites, the MX 9099.
Good,
Yeah, he's been using it in a lot of his projects the last couple of weeks, and he loves the sound and what he loves just overall drums, bass. This is a really great EQ that he's been using. So that's essentially what he's doing.
It's a channel strip, so the EQ's here, but then I've got compression, filters here.
Got it.
A gate. I don't really use a gate, but
Shout out to Plugin Alliance, Brainworks. Hey. Gotta hold that pocket, gotta hold that pocket, gotta hold that pocket. Hey. Gotta tuck it in, gotta tuck it in, gotta. Oh man, I love having guests. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it, bro. I'm trying, man. When you around Matt for so long and he clowns you every time he plays drums, you just gotta. It's good. It's good constructive criticism of his critical acclaim. But yeah, man, appreciate it, bro. Just trying to get the song what it needs and just honoring the parts and everything that was established by the dude that actually played the drums, but still add my own feel to it. So thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, Thompson, we might be out of there.
Sweet.
Just check. Okay.
What'd you say? Nah, I still got some growing to do, Rev. That is good. Where'd you get that from? In that case, I'm gonna play. Oh man,
Let's try the Yosh trigger.
let's go.
I'm not. I mean, if I'm allowed to criticize it at all, I'm not a huge fan of the Toms. Only because they're gospel driven.
Oh, you wish you kind of had like a CCM section or kind of more worship
I
with
wish
more
they felt a
resonance and
little
more
more
warmth.
natural and a little less plastic.
Mhm.
It works. The one that feels the most natural is the floor tom.
Floor tom, yeah.
These other two have almost too much like bite to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's so. I can't tell. Try. I'm gonna try retro comp.
Yeah, man. Let's go, Charles. Yeah, we actually getting ready to do something on the lines of that.
What is it?
He was asking about do you do any mentorship programs or mentorship like helping people out, just overall mentorship with music production wise? I was just simply saying, yo, we are in the works of doing something similar to that. And I think you might be actually a part of that group, man.
We could talk. I mean, we could talk about it, Tony.
Yeah.
Like I'm preparing. So if y'all, like, if I showed y'all, because see, this is like the stream isn't like massive yet. It's coming. I mean, you might as well just go ahead and get ready. And I'm not even saying that boasting. This might be another just little like
100%.
line cut moment, but like
Let's
you
go.
you have to speak that stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
And let me say this. PT said this today, which was so good. Like, you can expect God to multiply stuff that you're not doing for yourself. When I
Wow.
tell y'all I'm tired right now,
What?
but the thing that and people say this all the time, but it's in this case right now, it's true for me. I'm hungry. We are eating healthy.
Yes.
It means I did not eat a burger or Taco Bell or
no,
Chick-fil-A
no.
or Sonic. before we
Sonic.
came.
Oh,
Sonic.
man.
When I tell you we ain't had Sonic in
And,
2 good weeks,
I mean,
boy,
that is
and
growth
we
for
were
us.
tithing to Sonic, boy.
I mean, faithfully tied and offerings.
Here's why. Let me just, because we sound like fatty fat kids, but let me quantify it.
Go ahead.
Here's this week just going off on a tangent.
Yep.
Columbia, South Carolina, God has called me here. It's awesome. It sucks at the same time. At 9 o'clock in 14 minutes, every restaurant in town except for Applebee's and Sonic will be closed.
Yep.
Ron, am I lying? Listen,
What is it?
everything the light touches will be closed. It's done at 9 o'clock.
8:57 when that
The
light leaves.
only witness, I'm gonna add a third witness.
Uh-oh.
Waffle House is open.
Yeah. Wendy's,
Applebee's,
depends.
Wendy's depends on the day
Yeah.
and who's working the
Who's
shift
working.
and who like. The Wendy's near us is quick to give you our machines don't work. Our system,
I
we got a
mean,
virus
yeah.
on our computer.
Yeah.
We're not taking credit cards.
Meanwhile, these bozos just unplugging the system.
Meanwhile, Sonic is faithful. Rain every day of the pandemic. Rain, snow, sleet, or hell, Corona 19, 20, 21, 22. The variant, it don't matter, boy. Sonic was out here.
Oh man.
So,
Absolutely.
Like, on my vision board for Fader Nation,
Oh, you pulling
this
it up
looks
now?
really
Alright, gotcha.
small.
Hold on,
But
hold
in
on.
the master's hands,
Oh man, shout out about height. Let's just lay our hands over that. That's good, man.
so we've been like, I'm constantly in this joint, like planning
plans,
concepts for y'all. There's some classes we're gonna sell. Like, I ain't even scared to show you this. We're gonna be doing a mentorship program, and I need
Beta you.
12 people
Yeah.
to sign up for the beta group.
Yeah.
What's the beta group?
Boom. Hit us.
I'm writing the course curriculum now, and
Yeah.
you're the crash dummies.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it all the way Niles Rogers.
Wow.
So the number one request that we get is exactly what my
You
dude
just
Charles
asked
was
Charles.
just talking
Yep.
about. Is will you create a mentorship program for aspiring producers and MDs? And Ron, who's in the room with us, you can't see,
Shout out to Ron.
kind of asking the same thing. Like, so Ron's gonna be hanging out a bunch. He'll probably be in here when we do a bunch of the streams. And I'm trying to put into a curriculum. I'm working on it constantly. There's a whole nother Dropbox paper note that has like
Yep.
what the curriculum will be about, etc. And so I think the format's gonna be a Zoom call ish, unless I'm trying to find a platform that will. There's some apps that will allow me to accurately like stream and reproduce what's going on in the DAW, but still allow me to see y'all face to face and communicate.
Yep.
So we're gonna work out the technology side of you guys hearing really good quality stuff,
Yeah. We want the
while
best.
me being able to see y'all, and it'll be a private group of 10 to 12
Yep.
people. There'll be homework assignments.
Gotta
I'll
turn your
be
homework.
sending y'all sessions that I've worked on in the past
Yay.
to remix. I'll be giving you production assignments in lots of different genres.
Yes.
And we'll have homework and show and tell times and demonstration times. And each week I'll be teaching you things that are going to help you be better music directors and producers and
Let's go.
songwriters. So a 12-week program, that is what we're working
Yeah.
on in the dark. I want to do it this fall with
Yes.
the beta group, and you guys will get to tell me how good or bad
Bad,
it is,
yeah.
and we'll tweak it, and then we'll go live with it in the spring.
Yeah. January
Um,
or spring. Okay.
Yeah, I think like
to
January
get some- yeah,
2022.
Jan- yeah.
I would want to have 12 weeks this fall
Yep.
to perfect it. Well, to do it, and then like a month to perfect it and
And
tweak
then-
what we need to tweak,
We
and
live,
then offer
baby.
it as a mentorship. Yep, in the
Absolutely.
spring, and we'll do it like 4 or 5 times next year.
Yep.
And there'll be a freshman course, a sophomore course, a junior course, and a senior course. But
Yeah,
everybody in the
'cause-
beta group would get to be free the whole way through for being a part of the beta group.
Yeah, man.
So I said all that to say, like, pray with us on that. We're
Yeah,
really
man.
putting in like diligent work in the midnight hour,
Yep.
brainstorming, sending iPhone notes. I'm watching other people's tutorials
Yep.
that I like to figure out like what kind of teaching style is going to work best.
I mean, even down to last night, he was
We
tweaking
sat and
how he
worked.
looks, at how he
Yeah.
looked, his eye contact on
Like
the
the
camera.
camera used to be like further
Oh,
that
yeah,
way,
yeah,
and
now he's-
when I looked up, I couldn't make direct eye like all of that stuff. We've been like
Lighting,
tweaking
yeah,
all of it.
all of the
To try to create the most effective environment for you guys to be able
Absolutely.
to learn. I say all that to say you can expect God to bless stuff that you're doing for other people.
Yeah.
This isn't as much of a side hustle or money making thing for us at all, so
Yeah.
much as it is my inbox that glory be to God, is flooded with people who want to learn and
Get
grow.
better. Yeah.
And I feel obligated by the Lord, not by anything else. Not by like I got so much going on at the church. It's ridiculous. It's in a good way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm called here, but but I don't do this at the church.
Yeah.
What I do at the church is logistics and planning and foresight and all of those things.
Yeah, man.
So this is an opportunity to just have a different pour.
And
so
I was going to
good.
say too, Matt, like, I think a lot of times within the musician community, it's felt like a, secrets being held with the OGs,
Sure.
and then the next generation coming up, though, doesn't necessarily have the same, don't do this type of situation. And Matt made a great example when we first started with this idea. Like, bro, I know I would have wished I was somehow in the room when Israel and Aaron made Alive in South Africa, so such like legendary records like that. So the fact that Matt has the not only the skill and asset, but he also has the reach, he also has the credits, and we're really excited to really demystify the whole secrets, but really just give back to y'all anything that y'all need and just start something new. We really want to create unity within the musician community. So that's all I got.
Tony's still working on the catchphrase.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep trying that.
Oh yeah,
out.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go get it.
If it's lame, just tell him. I'm still not sold on it. It was originally what I was going for. It was, but I got out of there. I didn't get out of there. He just
stopped trying.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's a good.
Oh man. Tomorrow's Thursday. Wow.
I mean, gone, boy.
It just hit me just now. I looked at the clock. I said, wait, ooh, I got a haircut tomorrow at 5.
The Toms are just so Yash. I think maybe that's what I don't want to say dislike. I enjoy the way that they sound. They just, the snares, a couple of them feel Yash. A couple of them just feel like really good snares. The Toms are like, oh, those are Yash triggers, which again is a thing you can be going for.
I think
they just sound so John Yash, which isn't negative.
Yeah, that's a unique, great thing.
It is. I just always like for stuff to sound like I did it. If that may, and that ain't a prize. I just want it to feel unique. I don't want. As a producer, I know what Yash's drum sounds like. I could close my eyes and listen to any record he's ever done and go, yep, John Yash mixed that, or John Blast mixed that, which is kind of the same thing in some respects.
Yeah.
This floor tom may end up just being a variation on the theme, but they sound good in the mix. That's the tricky thing, and that's not. I'm not in any way. Yash has taught me so much. So I dare not. I don't want anything I'm saying to come off as anything other than admiration.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say. It has a little V drumsy thing aesthetic to it. Does that make sense,
Wow,
Tom?
that was a really great analogy.
I do this.
Yeah, that was because as soon as you said it, I was like,
It made it clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a
touch.
tinge of V drumsiness, which is a Yash drum. Like that's part of the sound.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Sometimes I just like a less processed, more organic
Tone?
Yes. Just a thing.
Yeah.
It can feel very, I could close my eyes and go, that's a coded Remo.
Or that's a clear head. Or
I like a clear head tone. Sometimes on toms, if that makes sense. Let us know if you'd be interested in the mentorship
Yeah.
and what kinds of topics you think you'd like to know. I certainly have an idea of what I think we should teach, but I also do want it to be I want it to be an experience that you, the user, find beneficial. And it'd just be arrogant for me to assume that I know what it is you need to know. I certainly have a really good idea, but at the same time, I want the course to be productive and beneficial to you in both ways that you'll understand in the beginning and will feel intuitive, and in ways that you won't initially understand that are building blocks. Bro, what the Smurf just happened?
That's the SPD. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, shimmer, shimmer.
All right, let's kind of. I'm not done. Hold on.
Hey. Gotta always have my sound effects. Woo!
That was funny.
Okay, good talk.
I'm just asking.
All right, Matt.
I'm just asking.
Somebody's hungry. What'd you say? Right. It's coming from my neck. My neck.
It's just that, man. It's all it is right here.
What's up, Josh? Yeah, these are triggers.
Which Josh is that?
Diaz.
I was trying to remember Josh's last name earlier.
Diaz. Yeah, those are triggers, but he's also like he's got an EQ strip as well. To kind of get the sound that he wants as well. And Charles asked the question, Matt. He said, "How about creating your own triggers from the existing kit?" Maybe like a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, we would need to sample it. It's something we're gonna put the SE
Mics
drums
to
to
the
the mics to the test when we do the drum EP. Little known secret, we're gonna release probably a free set of triggers.
Ooh! Wow! I'm gonna have to buy new heads
From the drum EP.
I'm gonna have to buy new heads.
I've never made a trigger pack. It's not that deep. So we're gonna do that.
Let's go. Let's
You
go.
couldn't do it from like a recording like this, but you can like sample them.
Yeah.
Some really cool videos on how to do it, and I'm pretty sure we can get it done.
Let's go.
pretty easily. So
Let's go.
yeah, it was at 2K for me. It's just like terrible. Too much plastic.
Hopefully that helped answer your question, Diaz. Thank you so much again for the support, bro. And if y'all have not already, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure you watching us. Make sure you send your friends, your folks, your mama and them to the Facebook. Share it, but then go ahead and get out of there and join that 1080 high
Get
quality
outta there.
stereo stream.
Stereo. Yes.
Sega. Oh wow.
You never had a Sega Genesis, son?
No, man.
Man, get out of there, bro.
That don't mean I didn't play Sonic or Sega games on PlayStation 2.
Bro, come on, man.
Oh man, see?
You never had a Sega Genesis?
No. I
Wow.
started with the first PlayStation and then
That's
my way up.
privilege. Bro, I'm just
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's how I grew up. But then after PlayStation 2, then the PSP was a thing. And then I had one of those.
bro, get out of here, bro. Game Boy, OG.
I never was into the Nintendo DS's. Nah, man. PSP
It
portable
wasn't
cup.
made for you. You weren't even alive when
Oh
Nintendo.
my god. Wow. Oh man, y'all just coming for my head tonight, man. Oh my god. Coming. Okay, never mind. I'm good. I got it. Don't hate, appreciate. Right, man. Coming for my neck.
Everybody here is fake happy too. No, I said no. Oh, what's the use? Oh, please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. No, I said that I was doing good and that I'm happy now. Tonight,
Yeah, I got
dress
it.
up my fears. You think I look alright with these mascara tears? See, I'm gonna draw my lipstick whiter than my mouth. And if the lights are low, they'll never see me frown. Hey, if I smile, I might see. I bet you believe me. If I smile, I might see. Think I believe me? Oh, please don't ask me how I've been. Don't
Sounds really good, Tony.
Thanks.
I was actually talking about me, but that's good. It's good. You played well.
So I've been doing a good job. I'm quite alright, but I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stomping on a beat, but no one sees me when I crawl back underneath. Hey, if I smile with my teeth, I bet you believe me. If I smile with my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please don't ask me how I've been, but don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. And if I go out tonight and dress up my fears, you think I look alright with these mascara tears? See, I'm gonna draw my lipstick whiter than my mouth, and if the lights are low, they'll never see me frown. Hey, if I smile on my teeth, I bet you believe me. If I smile on my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please don't ask me how I feel. Don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. No, I said that I was doing good and that I'm happy now. Ooh, I should've known when things were going good. That's when I get knocked down.
You literally said woo in place of her.
I didn't mean to. I don't. This was 6 months ago. Like I don't remember.
Now here's Tony.
Oh my god.
I muted it for your own safety. Let me repent. These Yosh triggers with a little love.
It's slapping. This feels.
Good job.
Oh please, just don't ask me how I've been. Don't make me play pretend. Oh no, oh what's the use? Oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. Please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too.
Oh, that sounds a lot better. From morning to dancing. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so let's kind of unpack,
Let's unpack.
recap everything that happened. Tony had already cleaned the drums. We came in and added the Yosh triggers over top. We used the kick sample. I like it with the room because it's rock. I wouldn't necessarily use that on gospel, but the room, the WFL kick with the room mic works in this case. I like the roomy sound to the kick. Makes it feel a little more open. I went with the Nashville snare with rim. I'm using my favorite, right now it's my favorite, the MEC 9099. Is that what it is? 999? Yeah, 999. By Plugin Alliance. The guys at Brainworks do a great job with this. I'm doing a little bit of compression, 2-to-1 ratio, slow attack, fast release, a little bit of makeup gain, dB&1/2. The trick with the snare here is to give it some bottom end support. So we're pushing here at 133, just a dB&1/2, dB&1/2 here, also at 178, which if you're used to seeing like graphical EQ, and I'm probably going to do a course on this because there's a lot of really cool EQs that you probably have that you're not using because you're used to using this, and this makes no sense to you.
Yeah.
So I'll try to take time to give you these equivalents. 1.5 at 33, and it's a shelf, I think, down there. So 1.5 at 30. At 133. Just gonna dial it in instead of chasing it. Looks like that, and then 1.6 at 178.5 with a wide shelf. I'm sorry, with a wide notch. Looks like that. Sorry, 1.6. And this should be 1.5. And then I'm notching here 0.5 dB at 1.5K. So 1500, 0.5, and it's wide open like that, and nothing on top. So that's literally what I did to the snare. That's what it looks like, parametric knobs, and then this is what it looks like graphical. It's for Reggie, who I'm trying to help get into. Yeah, I mean, like, it was a maturing thing in my ear too, right? It was just my increasing my understanding. What I love about the MEC 9099 is the only one of the Plugin Alliance consoles that has the auto listen though. And you saw me doing that earlier. When I sweep, it doesn't do it for dB, but for the frequencies band selector and for the Q selector, as you're playing down with it, it does the same thing that you're used to in the Fab Filter, where you can hold the headphone and kind of just hear that frequency band. It solos it so you can hear where you're sweeping or how much it's impacting. I really love that, and it was just a good way for me to get faster mixes, faster EQ performance out of the Plugin Alliance stuff. It's probably the main reason why. I don't even know that I love the compressor in this more than the Focusrite or the SSL-J, but the EQ I love the way that performs, and probably this, because I too am growing and making the journey over from fully graphical EQs to a standard like parametric 4-band. Anyway, just a little tidbit. So that's what we're doing in the snare. The top, the raw top, is we're just compressing the heck out of it. That's the live snare, no sample, so we're just compressing the snot out of it. 6 dBs of compression, cutting some of the low end because I really want the slap out of this. This has a very like table, plasticky feel on purpose. And then, pause in advance, we're giving the girth. We're getting the girth from the triggered snare. That's why I boosted the low end. That's why I added the low end to it. The snare bottom has even more compression than the other two. So yeah, and we probably should. I didn't, but I'm gonna roll the low end off of that so I don't get so much of the kick bleeding in. I don't like all that mid honky. Cool. Toms, using the Yosh triggers. and the compression is helping a lot. That still feels a little plasticky to me. This one, we combated the plasticky V-Drum Z feel that it can have a little bit, in my opinion, with the retro comp from McDSP. It's one of my favorite. It's basically the RVox from Waves, in my opinion. That actually has, it's really the R comp. Technically, it performs like the RVox, but the R comp Waves actually has attack and release and ratio controls. The RVox does not, but it feels like the RVox to me with R comp controls. The Renaissance compressor from Waves, if you've ever seen it. I love it.
Excuse me.
And then obviously the BX MX999 is here boosting at 110, 105, like 4 dB. How many dB? 3.8. Boosting 2.5 dB at 268. Cutting 3 dB at 1.8 kilohertz. Wide, narrow, wide. And a little bit of top end sparkle. This cut right here is what took the plastic out. Negative 3.3 dB at around 1.8 kilohertz, Tony.
So I've been doing a good job.
And that floor tom is a work of art. I will say that.
So I've been doing a good job of making them think I'm quite alright, but I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stomping.
I will say, like some of you, if you were paying attention, I like to set the plate verb in an exaggerated state, like that. Like that's how I dial it in. If I can make it sound seemingly pleasant in a very obnoxious state, then when I tuck it, it sounds beautiful.
Wow.
So I just embellish it a ton. I added the pre-delay. Like the pre-delay is delaying the attack of the reverb. So if I took it out, what is it, 62.4? If I took it all the way back to 0, it happens instantly. When I add 62.4 milliseconds, sorry, 62.4 milliseconds, it sounds like almost like when you used to like dribble a basketball on a racquetball court. Like you hear the bounce right in front of you and then it slaps off the racquetball court or tennis court or whatever at your rec center like a half a second later. I like that. I don't like it that exaggerated. That literally sounds like a basketball bouncing, but then when you tuck it into the mix, yeah, it just adds a little bit of presence to
I'm
it.
quite alright, but I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stomping on a beat.
We're doing something that I'm going to teach in a couple weeks on one of these tutorials. I'm doing a tutorial on this, Fresh Air by Slate. It's a really great plug-in, very simple. I'm kind of practicing on y'all right now. It's got 2 knobs, a mid-air knob, which I discovered today through experimentation. The mid-air knob, I actually now know exactly what it does. I shot a tone generator through it earlier when the guys were in here. The mid-air knob adds a shelf that starts at exactly 1.5K. Ooh, no, it doesn't. Sorry, it's right here with a slow cue, and it boosts it like this. So that's what this knob does. Instead of all that I just did, it does it in one knob. And then this knob does the same thing. It's actually kind of like a cue like this. It looks like that. And I would probably, at that cue, it probably looks like, yeah, like that. And then this knob does the same thing at a steeper slope at starting at 5K. Like that. But instead of you having to have like this, to be honest, I've never put 2 shelves on this before ever. It's kind of cool. 2000. This is what it would look like. Yep, that's basically what it does. It does these 2 things right here, or this. It's just that in 2 knobs. So I love to do I decrease that it might increase kind of thing. That's really churchy. But basically what I do is I crush the crap out of the overheads, like a lot.
I've been doing a good job.
There's probably moments where this is hitting like 8-10 dB reduction. So I turn the highs down, Tony, down 2 dB, and I compress the snot out of it. So the highs get crushed, and then I actually add them back, the crushed highs, because the crushed highs come back differently than the highs unprocessed. So yeah, kind of a nerdy thing, but like I love doing it. I do it with vocals as well. I'll crush a lead vocal, and then I'll crush the top end of a lead vocal and add it back after the fact. Because what you get back is a softer top end, a less, instead of it being as harsh.
So I've been doing a good job.
So listen back one more time, Tony, and we'll bounce it.
Hey, Ron, do you see the wood case over there? It's like a small wood case that says SE.
So I've been doing a good job of making them think I'm quite alright, but I hope I don't blink. You see, it's easy when I'm stomping on a beat, but no one sees me when I crawl back underneath. Hey, if I smile on my teeth, I bet you believe me. If I smile on my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please, don't ask me how I've been. Don't make me play pretend. Oh, no. Oh, what's the use? Oh, please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. If I go out tonight and dress up my fears, you think I look alright with these mascara tears? See, I'm gonna draw my lipstick whiter than my mouth, and if the lights are low, they'll never see me frown. Hey, if I smile on my teeth, I bet you believe me. If I smile on my teeth, think I believe me. Oh, please, don't ask me how I've been. Don't make me play pretend. Oh, no. Oh, what's the use? Oh, please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. No, I said that I was doing good and that I'm happy now. Ooh, I should've known when things were going good. That's when I get knocked down.
Just like the record, man.
Oh, please, just don't ask me how I've been. Don't make me play pretend. Oh, no. Oh, what's the use? Oh, please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. Please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too.
Shout out to the Yacht Triggers. They actually sound good.
Let's go. Let's
They
go.
sound good.
So if you like what you just heard,
Yo,
make sure you plug in Gospel Producers Yachts Drum Warehouse. Use our code FADER5, the number 5,
Fader.
5% off. Get at it, man. Well, I just want to say,
Sure, Tony will have this video out faster than I can render it.
I want to throw this mic at you. Anyway, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. You know
That's
what's
it?
going on. Yeah, bro, it's 2-hour mark. And tonight's game 4. I'm gonna knock my segment in because I did my prep work. Cause So, if you don't know, it is time
Phoenix
for
is currently
second.
Phoenix is currently up. We
Let
ain't
me
even-
at least do the intro. Now, shit. Second take.
I can't hit the music.
No, unfortunately. But man, I'm excited. Tonight is game 4. Suns, Bucks at home. This is a critical. It's 2-1 game. This is going to
Currently trailing.
decide. Yeah, they're trailing, but this will kind of set the tone for a game for the rest of the game. So I'm super excited. Who y'all got? Let me know. I know the game is probably currently on right now, and I'm missing all the action. But praise the
I have a
Lord.
little side screen just over
Yeah,
here.
well, we all ain't able. We all ain't able, amen. So we got that going on. We also got today. I found out Lakers are apparently trying to
Oops, I did it again. I played with your
Okay.
Sorry. Keep going.
Oh man, but Lakers are apparently trying to regain their long lost soul that they sold away years ago. Lonzo Ball, for whatever reasons to be unknown, but I guess that's the move they're trying to make. And really what's crazy is Stephen A was apparently out of pocket on First Take yesterday. And he was talking about I think Otani. I don't want to say his name right, but this I'm just telling you the name we'll talk
Shohei,
about.
I think is
Yeah.
his name.
So
Shohei?
basically, if you don't know, he's one of the main stars for the Los Angeles Angels. And Stephen A said, and I quote, he said, he doesn't think. Oh my God, I'm saying it in quotes. I'm trying to use my proper grammar for this, but he doesn't think that it helps that the number one face of that franchise is a person that needs an interpreter. And from that, the Twitter, the social media world kind of took him on that, and he released an apology the following day. And what was crazy was today, we didn't even see, like, I was, usually in our morning routine, if Matt's at the house or if I'm at the house, it's basically sports, whether we working out, working in the studio, it's ESPN FS1. So I clicked on FS1, and usually the time slot 10 to 12 is First Take. It was not a thing. It was the previous show that's called Get Up got bumped into that time slot. So I was like, oh, this is kind of, guess he's laying low for a couple days to kind of get that bad rep off of him. But
There was no First Take at all today?
no, that's what I'm saying. I literally clicked. It
That's
literally
whack.
said 10 to 12. It was no First Take. It was Get Up. So he said, and I quote, he doesn't feel that he don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter. End quote. He was talking about Otani. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, probably. But yeah, so apparently Twitter took hold of that and just ran off into the wind. So he's laying low for a couple days. By the way, Matt, Rachel Nichols is back on her show. I guess it was her first day back after her controversial statement.
No, it wasn't her first day back. The Jump has been on every day.
I'm saying but it was her first day back on The Jump, is what I'm saying.
She's been on the Jump every day.
Bro, she literally has a post saying, man, feels great to be back.
Is she back on the sidelines or the Jump?
I'm just saying The Jump. Like, she was not
The
on.
Jump was on every day.
I'm
this
just
week.
saying she dropped the post. I'm just reading what she said. That's it. So praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, people of God. Tonight is game 4 finals. Thank you so much for joining with us, for kicking in with us, man. We're going to try to be more consistent with our streams. We're super excited about what we're rolling out, including Fader U, which we talked about tonight. We're so excited for what God has for this. We know that what we stored now is going to become, insane in the next 2 years, and I'm grateful to be a part. I'm grateful that you're a part and you're watching the stream. Matt is grateful for your support, your love. Thank you for sharing the stream, for liking the stream, for you could be doing anything else, but the fact that you're chilling with us yet again, man, with our inconsistent selves. We're grateful. We're appreciative. Thank you for being flexible and working with us as we're trying to work through the kinks.
Calvin
of
said we
this
should start the
amazing-
stream like earlier, like 6. Should we start it at 6?
Whatever. I'm down. But I'm grateful. Thank you so much, Fader Culture. I hope you enjoyed tonight's segment. I think it was actually supposed to be a bot, but I'm really glad Matt sat down with it, kind of explained his thoughts. We kind of went through some
He
different
just wanted
concepts.
the drums mixed, bro.
It's just, even then, here we go. So we thank you so much. Matt is very hungry, so this is why he's just yabba dabba do right now. So we're grateful. Thank you so much for joining the
Salad,
stream. We
no
about
bread.
we about to hit the salad mug. So thank you so much. We love you. Be safe, and we'll see you The
Friday
next time.
night. Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. Friday night. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.